I just wanted to make this short, quick video. First of all, I wanted to thank Tyler and Aaron from Journey to Truth for putting on such an amazing conference. It's really incredible when we all come together. Like, we literally shake the world up. And seeing my friends at that conference was just like, especially this time around, I think, because I've had a major shift with my healing journey. I wasn't even doing any work on myself. I was working too much. And so to experience that with a completely different energy was just incredible. I felt so different from when I was in Sedona at a conference because my energy just wasn't right. It's also incredible to exchange stories with people, especially, with the SSP stuff and the government programs when I'm just starting to get my memories back. And they mostly come to me in dreams. I don't ever remember being off-world, so I wouldn't use the term SSP, but something happened. It's either that or they're, I don't know, tricking me into thinking something happened. I'm not sure, but I protect my energy now when I go to sleep at night. I always say, I will stay in my body. I will not astral travel. I will stay in 3D, and I do not consent to any of your bullshit, and I'm way more powerful than you are. So by you declaring that before you go to sleep at night, because what they do is they nap you when you're most vulnerable, right? When you're sleeping. And now that I have my CPAP machine, I'm able to go into really deep sleep again, which is one of the reasons why I started to dream about my memories. So, my daughter's coming in. So basically, I just wanted to say that that kind of stuff really works. If you can just declare that you won't. So they nap you in your sleep. I digress. When they nap you in your sleep, and basically they do horrific things to you and torture you, and then they mind wipe you. What have I always said? The most horrific evil thing that they do to us when we die and before we come back here, and when they kidnap us in the astral and they take us into these government programs, is mind wipe us. They have that technology. And I learned from Tony Rodriguez that when you get an MRI, you start to get your memories back. And so I think, I don't know, maybe I'll ask the doctor to give me an MRI. So, the other thing that I wanted to say on the level of narcissism, in keeping with the theme of my channel, is you have to look at I refer to them as the Cabal, but I'm sure you know exactly what I mean when I say that term, meaning basically the powers that were, whatever you want to call them. I just use the universal term, the Cabal. So I think that if you've been in a narcissistic relationship and you are trying to figure out what's going on, if you look at the Cabal, okay, they are narcissism as a whole, right? So all the things that they do, they never have one reason for doing them. And a narcissist is exactly the same way. They will never do any one thing to be fucks, okay, unless there's multiple things that they're accomplishing. Understand that, okay? When I was in my narcissistic relationship, the person who was abusing me, he never did any one thing to me. He would inflict whatever on me, okay? But it would be to get multiple outcomes. Never, ever was it for one outcome. So they don't think in the lower dimension. These are extremely smart individuals. They're extremely intelligent. They don't think in one dimension, okay? They're fucking with you to accomplish multiple things. Think multidimensional, but evil multidimensional, right? And so that's exactly what the Cabal does, right? I'm trying to think of one of their crazy agendas. Just with, let's say, population control. They accomplish that with multiple things. Like, okay, so the goal is population control, right? Well, they're putting stuff in our food. They're pushing the trans agenda so we don't reproduce. They're giving us meds that are going to kill us. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand? There's multiple reasons why they do one thing, multiple fuckery. Okay? Understand that. Now, when I was away, I love that I can agree to disagree with certain people without getting triggered. And I am so proud of myself for just keeping my mouth shut when I knew it needed to be shut. Because I don't want to push my beliefs on anyone else, especially if, let's just say, they're not ready for that information. They're just not ready for that information yet. It's too heavy for them. And listen, what the fuck do I know? I'm not the be-all, end-all on truth. I could be wrong. But I do think that I'm right about the soul trap. And I know a lot of people will go, against that narrative. But I love that I still have my friends in my life, especially my close ones. This is my boy. His name is Smoke. Actually, his name is Smokey, but so just know that if you can't agree to disagree with your friends, especially in this community, then they're not your friends. Maybe you need to rethink them, because I've proven that I can agree to disagree with especially again with my closest friends, and not lose them. For one, most people believe that this is a school, and I do not. And then the soul trap, most people say, oh, the grid's been taken down. No, I don't believe that either. And what is my proof? My proof is, if this were a school, why don't we retain our memories from our past lives? How can we ever learn if our memories are wiped? I mean, it's just common sense, people. It's common sense stuff. I have a tail wagging in my face. Smokey disagrees with me. So, I think that I realize that I don't give myself enough credit for working on myself to a level where I really sharpened my discernment skills. But I did. And a lot of the things that happened on this trip just reinforced that my discernment skills have gotten way better since, the healing. I thank my friends, Laura Van Tyne and Tony Sayers, my friend V. Like, I just thank you all for not giving up on me. And more recently, my session with Angie Dollar. If you guys don't know who she is, you should check her channel out. You'll have the best QHHT session you've ever had. I mean, she's just, this girl knows what she's doing. And she's so good. And yeah, she pretty much took me really deep. And she's highly recommended. So you should check her out if you think that you were part of the programs. And she's actually just getting her own, memories and stuff like that too. So, but I don't want to talk about anybody else because that's nobody's concern. But I met her through my group with Tony Sayers, and it's just so crazy that all the people that I connected with, she's the one I connected with most, and she's getting her memories back at the same time. Like, it's nuts. So I really think that if you have these memories, don't be afraid of them, because you can navigate through this with being a watcher. You don't have to experience torture and rape and stuff like that. Again, you can kind of just sort of know that it happened and understand it and move on from it and not dwell on it. And that's kind of what Angie did for me when I was in the session. So I connected with the woman who, it's in my other video, in a previous video, you'll see it. Connected with the woman who remembered the same exact thing that I did. And I actually talked to her while I was at the conference at a party. And I never got into too much, but I remember she looked me dead in the eye and she told me what she remembered, and that is exactly what I remembered. So it's very interesting, to say the least. And I don't know what the heck's happening with me being sick, but it's really kicking my ass. I have this awful chest cold and I can't even talk anymore. So I am going to go, and maybe I'll make a new video tomorrow. And I love you all. Bye.